Hello, my name is Colin Smith, pianist and teacher at Wonderland Performing Arts. Today I will be talking about making different choices with the same dialogue and a little bit of history about William Shakespeare. Join me. Today I will be reading from a poetry book by Shel Silverstein entitled Falling Up. This particular poem, called Snowball, I grew up reading about, and I remember a lot of these very fondly. When one is to make different choices on the stage, you may use these three tactics. One, of course, is the voice. Using different parts of the voice and different colors and emotion, aid in telling the story of the character. Using gestures, using the motion of your arms and your head, also help in telling the tale. And last but not least, of course, facial expressions tell quite a bit about what's going on in the dialogue. So let's begin. First, I'm going to do sad. Second, I'm going to do angry. And third, I'm going to do excited. Now then, first, sad. Snowball. I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I'd make it some pajamas and a pillow for its head. Then last night it ran away, but first it wet the bed. Now, you see the expression on my face as well as my manic gestures hopefully illustrate that I'm sad. Let's try again. The same text, but I'm going to be very upset. I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I made it some pajamas and a pillow for its head, and last night it ran away, but first it wet the bed. Now then, with my pauses and with my facial expressions, you can tell that I'm rather upset. Let's try again, and this time I'm really excited, perhaps a little bit worried. I don't know. I made myself a snowball, as perfect as could be. I thought I'd keep it as a pet and let it sleep with me. I made it some pajamas and a pillow for its head, and then last night it ran away. But first it wet the bed. Ah! Now then, let's move on from our text to learning a little bit about William Shakespeare. You may have known him before. He's written some of the most wonderful plays on the stage, such as Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, King Lear, and Henry V. William Shakespeare was an English poet, playwright, and actor, widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. He's often called England's national poet and the Bard. His extant works, including collaborations, consist of 39 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems, and a few other verses. He was born and raised in Stratford-upon-Avon, located in Warwickshire, England. At the age of 18, he married Anne Hathaway. No, not the one you're thinking of. With whom he had 3 children, Susanna and twins Hamlet and Judith. Sometime between 1580 and 1592, he began a successful career in London as an actor, writer, and part owner of a playing company called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Now then, he is first criticized in newspaper by Robert Greene, saying, "There is an upstart crow, beautified with our feathers, that with his tiger's heart wrapped in a player's hide, supposes he is as well able to bombast out a blank verse as the best of you, and being an absolute Johannes factotum, or jack of all trades, is in his own conceit the only shake seen in a country." Well then, Scholars differ on the exact meaning of these words, but mainly we know that he was trying to say Shakespeare was trying to write too highfalutin for his own good. In 1599, a partnership of the members, in the 1580s, he began a career in London as a playwright and part owner of the Lord Chamberlain's Bed, a theatre players group. And they would put on mostly comedies and histories, regarded as the best of the time period. After the death of Queen Elizabeth in 1603, they were renamed the King's Men, and King James, of course, changed it with a significant donation in his name. In 1599, a partnership of the members built their own theatre on the south bank of the Thames called the Globe Theatre. Some of Shakespeare's plays were published in quarto editions, beginning in 1594, and later his name had become a selling point and began to appear in large print on the cover. He was very popular. He continued to act in his own and other plays after his success as a playwright. Let's see. Throughout his career, he divided his time between London and Stratford. In 1596, he was living in parts of the parish of St. Helens, north of the Thames, and moved across to Southwark. He later passed away in 1650, and one of my favorite things to read is a quote from his beloved play, As You Like It. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. I hope that you've learned something today. I know I have. I will see you very soon. Thank you.